Everybody on here?
Hmm.
Good evening. Welcome to the Immersive Experience. We're all back in the building again, guys. This
Hey.
is a pod. whoop, whoop. This is a podcast about you, to you, and for you. I am your guide tonight, China, and tonight we will be talking about the price of giving up. I'm going to give the panel a chance to reintroduce themselves tonight, starting with Mr. J. Rail. Can you tell us where we can find you?
Just Facebook, J Real. I'm always here on the podcast though, as much as I can be. Drop a little knowledge, listen, and learn as much as I can.
Okay. All right, Des.
Hey. No, I am the infamous, nah, looking ass Desi Lou. And if you want to follow the Immersive Experience of podcast, you can follow at the underscore immersive experience on Instagram.
Okay. And you guys know that I am China. You can follow me at China, just like spelled on Instagram and Facebook. And I am the owner of Me My Five Designs. You'll find that on Facebook as well and Instagram. And we have an upcoming business with my cousin here.
Okay.
Valet Centrals. It's a wine business that we got coming, so be on the lookout, y'all. So let's get into it. Y'all. So we're talking about the price of giving up. So, Jarrell, what does giving up mean to you personally? And have you ever experienced the consequences of giving up on something that was very important to you?
What does it mean personally? It's in regular terms, it's just quitting. It's the word I can't to me. I don't believe in the word I can't. It's for me. It's you choose not to. A lot of people give up on things because they feel like they can't do it. No, you just choose not to do it. So for me, giving up is just the word I can't, and I refuse to use the word I can't.
Okay. All right. And have you ever experienced a consequence of something that was important that you gave up on?
Myself,
Care to explain?
everything relates to football. So once I in a sense lost my dream, I gave up on myself. I gave up on my confidence. I gave up on doing anything. Like everything went. I let myself go downhill. So I gave up
Gosh.
on believing in myself. I lost a lot of confidence. I lost a lot of myself because I gave up.
Mm, that's deep. All right, Desiree, what about you? Can you give us an experience and tell us what giving up means to you personally?
Um, I kind of like, I agree with what Jarrell said the second time. Like, well, my version of giving up, like basically like to lay down on yourself, to like give up on yourself, like just to die. Cause like it's that deep for me. Everything is life or death. If it's a dream, if there's something that you want to go after, like I said, you only gonna self sabotage yourself, and that's usually the consequence for laying down, for giving up, for not fighting anymore. It's self sabotage. That's how you end up with depression. That's how you end up with all of those things because it's things that you know you should be doing and you kicking yourself in
Right.
for not doing it.
Yeah. Depression runs deep, especially when you start to give up. I can relate all too well, not just on myself, but other things that, you know, mean that's important. And
Mhm.
when you feel like you done gave up, you start beating yourself up like, dang, I know I could have, if I would have did this, if I would have held in, then that depression sinks in very deeply. Anxiety, all of that rolls into the same thing. All all right. So how do societal expectations and external influences shape our perception, success and failure, and how does this impact our willingness to give up? Anybody want to answer that?
Um, a lot of people. I don't. Okay, I can't fully relate to that myself because I've always been the kind of person that I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless. So I can't say that I can personally relate to that, but I do see what it does have an effect on people around me or whatnot. Like a lot of people, per se, Facebook, Instagram, any social media, a lot of people see a couple and the first thing they say is goals. Why?
Mm.
Why is their view of what they're doing your goals? That to me I never understood. A lot of people take what they see on the outside world and they try to shape that into their life. It's like for what? The way I see it is be the best you, be the best version of you. Do whatever you're gonna do in your life and make the best of that. If you go on a trip to Vegas, make your trip to Vegas your best experience for you. Don't try and do things because other people did it. Just do it because you want to do it.
So basically, be a leader and not a follower.
Hands down.
Period. All right, Desiree, what about you?
I think in my maturity I've learned that, but back then it was hard to not be accepted, to not really like understand that your worth didn't lie in other people. So I feel like that's how societal expectations played on you. And then for your reality to always reinforce it, it was just, and that's how you determine your success or failure based off of what you see, what people tell you you're doing wrong, how people tell you this is what you're supposed to do. And as much as I could say I rebelled, like deep down inside it's still that thing of, you still want to be accepted, you still want to be heard, you still want to be like,
Mhm.
and I feel like it's more of that. But like I said, learning to not be attached to the outcome, well, that's what helped me navigate it better. But yeah, before I got where he at, yeah, it was pretty tough.
And I ain't gonna lie, to be honest, that's tough. Like it's not easy getting to the place that I'm at. It's it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work, a lot of
It takes
time.
a lot of time. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
a lot of
it takes a lot of
practice.
time. For me, I can say I've always been this way because I don't know, I've always felt like no matter what I'm gonna do it because I'm doing it, and I'm gonna put. I don't believe in shoulda, woulda, coulda because if I felt like I should have did something or I could have did something or I would have did something, I made a mistake on my own. I didn't put my all in. So to say that I care about anybody else's perception of me, nah, it's meaningless. But I understand and get why people do. I understand why people want exception. A lot of people need that exception, or they feel they need exception in a lot of ways in life. You
Right.
don't, but it's hard to tell a person that they don't because they don't see it that way. Even in relationships, you want to be accepted by your significant other. You want them to accept this and accept that for what? In my opinion, for what? But I understand why people want that. I understand why people crave that or have a need for that or wants for that because
So
that.
can I ask you, like, I don't mean to like interrupt. So you would like be with somebody who don't accept you?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is not accept me, but accept like okay. Um, a lot of people want that acceptance, like they want that. That acknowledgement from another
But I
person.
feel like that's like a thing that I don't know. I feel like it's kind of innate, and I mean not in a way that's like excessive, of course, but like if if I'm with you or if I'm getting to know you, I do want to feel like you accept me, and not that I gotta beat you upside your head to get you to do it, but like kind of like, not show me you love me and not me saying tell me you love me. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
No, yeah, that I understand. That I feel is a different form of acceptance. The acceptance that I'm speaking on in the sense is more of like just okay, let's say you go to your job, right? And you working hard, you busting your ass every day. A lot of people feel like you got to be praised for it. For what?
What you saying?
You
But
know,
I feel like when you in a relationship and I tell you, hey babe, I did such today. Yeah, I want him to be like, dang, you did awesome. Because in a relationship, you're supposed to give each other your praises. You're supposed to give each other that motivation to keep being a better version of you, the best version. Because that's what a relationship does. You bring out the best in each other.
but is me saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's me saying, "Hey, babe, I'm proud of you." Is that me bringing the best out in you, as opposed to me saying,
No, that's not bring that's I'm already doing the best that I can do. What I'm saying is that you see that I'm doing the best that I can do and I'm bringing out the better version of myself. I would like to hear that sometime from my significant other. Dang, I see you, girl. You doing your thing. Just like I would say that to my significant other. Like, dang, you. It makes you feel good when somebody sees you, even if you don't even recognize that you doing all the things that you are doing, and somebody say, dang, babe, you hustling, you doing this, and you grinding, and you doing this. Give me my praises, because sometimes I might not know that I need it.
"There's nothing wrong with that." Where the problem relationships happen, for me, I would say people latch on to that, and when they don't get it, it's a problem. When
Oh, so
because
you saying somebody spoiled?
you said
Right.
what?
When somebody being spoiled?
Yes, and people latch on to that one thing. It's like, okay, well, if like I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're dating a guy named Tom, right? You and
Mm-hmm.
Tom have been having some relationship problems or whatnot. He says, "Hey, I want you to change your attitude," per se, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you change your attitude for a month straight, the whole month of January, your attitude has been better. But in February, you slip up twice, and he brings it up and says, "Hey, here come the attitude again." The one of the first things people tend to say is, "Well, dang, I just went a whole month, and you didn't give me no credit for that." It's like, hold on, you did go a whole month, 100%. But am I wrong for telling you that, hey, you got the attitude again? Am I wrong for telling you I don't like this?
No, you're not wrong for telling me. You're not wrong for saying, hey, you're starting to slip back. You know,
But but people
don't.
always people always want that extra behind it. Hey, you slipped up, but you've been doing good. For me, I
No,
was
there's no
always told and
conjunction
taught.
in that.
I was always told and taught everything before but is bullshit. So
Oh,
it's
I agree.
cut, paste, and dry for me. I
Yeah,
get
for sure.
acceptance, 100%. I get acceptance,
so
even in
if I'm
relationships.
telling you you're doing good, don't bring a but in there. Just tell me I'm doing good. But
If no, no, no.
if I'm
My
doing
thing is,
wrong, tell me I'm doing wrong, but don't cut me slack in it and say, but you've been doing good though, but you slipping up. That's
my
what you're
thing
saying.
is, yeah, be real with me. Let me know what it is. Don't say you've been doing good, but this and that. Like I had a coach tell me, "Hey, Sharp, you had a good play," and I'm gonna tell you something. I want you to remember this. He said, "Sharp, you had a good play, but it could have been way easier had you made two less cuts." And he said, "Always remember this, Sharp. Anything before a but is bullshit. That's just me trying to sugarcoat your head, then bring you back down. When the reality of it is, let me know the truth. Sharp,
I
So
next
I
time."
I
essentially,
kind of disagree with you a little bit.
well,
I
I
mean,
all
I
he's
mean,
disagree with
saying
I
that.
just,
is,
I just
I,
don't
I,
like. I don't like for people to don't play in my face. Don't tell me, "Oh, you've been doing good," but nah, you ain't gotta teeter totter with me. Let me know, hey, you fucked up. I don't
I
like
agree with
this.
I agree with that. If straight no chaser, right? However, if you've been doing good all month long, and then all of a sudden I slip up twice, three times, and you say, babe, we've been making progress, and I don't want you to slip back into what you've been slipping back into, and I feel like that's starting to happen. Is that what you're saying? Like, it's straight, no chase. It's direct to the point.
To
I
an
didn't even
extent.
use it.
There,
I didn't even
no,
use the word but. I just
and
gave you a different example.
I know you friends using the word, but that's not really straight to the point. If I mess up, yeah, like I said, this is just me though, because I have a different kind of a mental process. For me, I'd rather hear the cut, flat out truth than for you to kind of sugarcoat something at first and then kind of try to smooth the bad in there. Nah, just let me know what it is, because I'm gonna get better based on you telling me what you see. Even though I know in my head the past month I've been doing good, but I had these two or three slip ups, and hey, my significant other caught these two or three slip ups. In my head, I've been doing good for a whole month, so why can't I keep going?
So
I
what if it
slipped
was
up.
reversed? What if it was worse and I said, Jarrell, you fucking up. You've been doing good all goddamn month, but now you fucking up.
You just said but.
Yeah, I reversed it though. I didn't say you've been doing good all month, but now you fucking up. I said
You
you
did.
fucking up, but now I reversed it. You see what I'm saying? I
E-
reversed
e-
it.
Either way, you still doing that little bullshit. You still doing that little bullshit no matter what. I like. I get some people. Well, a lot of people they want to hear that acknowledgement first, and then tell them the other stuff to make the conversation
Gotcha.
easier or
I
make the
hear you.
conversation a little less lighter. So a lot of people do
Gotcha.
want that. Me personally, I don't because I just rather you tell me how you feel. Say,
Right.
hey
Okay.
Jay, you fucking up. Like I don't
Straight
like that
no
you
chaser.
I don't like that you slipped up. I
I
my significant other ain't got to say I don't like you slipped up because the whole month you did good. No, I know the whole month I've been doing good, but you caught my slip up. Thank you, I appreciate it.
gotcha. So Desiree, can there be an instance where giving up on a particular goal or dream can actually lead to greater fulfillment or open doors to unexpected opportunities? Can you think of any examples?
Des, before you answer that, Des, this is like the fourth time I didn't caught it, and I knew I wasn't tripping. China says instances instead of instance.
How
Well,
you gonna call me out on live, bro? I read
I
it.
heard
I
it. I
read it
corrected it
how
in
I
my
wrote it down.
mind, so I was okay.
You could have gave me. You could have sent a DM or something. You gonna call me straight out.
Nah, nah, straight no chaser. The audience
Man.
already heard it, so you just gotta let it.
Mm-hmm.
It's already out
Straight no chaser. I got you, J. Red. I got you. I like
there.
the straight. I don't like the straight no chasers. I like the bullshit. Okay.
Liddell said, "Don't do her
Don't
like
do it
that,
like that.
Liddell. Don't do her
Exactly,
like
Linnell. Thank you.
that."
Don't.
So,
All right. Should I reread the question over for you?
yes, please.
Now
She
I'm
gonna think,
scared
she
to
gonna think
say
about the word
instance.
now.
Look, can there be Jarrell? Can you say the word for me one more time?
An instance.
Instance. But see, look, the way that my English is set up, I'm kind of country. So
Uh,
instances is what you gonna get tonight, okay?
Hey, I got you.
All right. So hold on just a minute. So can there be an instances where giving up on a particular goal or dream can actually lead to greater fulfillment or open doors to unexpected opportunities? Can you think of any examples?
yes, and then relationships, job, um it's a lot of things. You sometimes you do have to let go to move forward, especially when we thinking about beliefs, when we thinking about things that hold us back mentally. So letting go is necessary both ways. So yeah, because you got to learn to let go of those things. So even if it's a relationship where you think Tom ain't doing what Tom's supposed to do, since you know, but you know what you need. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like if you get into a relationship with a person that you don't know, then you just kind of stuck.
Oh,
You
so let
gotta
me
figure
ask you
that
this
out.
then. Hey, let me ask you this then. How does the concept of regret come into play with considering the price of giving up?
Um, like I said, if you attach to the outcome, it play a lot. That stuff leads to depression. It leads to different things. It's people who have failed dreams, who will blame it on their kids, all types of stuff. So like I got pregnant at 16 and then I had to take care of you. It's so
Mm,
people, I think it just affects you in different ways, and you don't sometimes a lot of you just not aware.
gotcha. What about you, J. Real? It can you hear him? Cause
I
I
can't
can't
hear you.
hear.
He'll be back.
Okay. Why he calling me out on the live?
Lionel said no to that one question, and then he said yeah, but on your goals and on your goals though. Yeah. Okay.
All
On
right,
your
my
goals.
bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with Dez on the regret part. A lot of people have so much regret because they can't accept the choices that they made, and that grows a
Yeah.
lot of regret. Like a lot of people are so stuck on, like you said, they blame their kids, they blame the significant other, they blame their family. You still make your own choices.
You went out again.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
That's
All
crazy.
right. Yeah. So, Desiree, is there a connection between the price of giving up and our ability to embrace failure as a valuable learning experience? How can we reframe failure as a stepping stone towards growth and resilience?
Okay. So you said, is there a difference?
Is there a connection between the price of giving up and our ability to embrace failure?
Is there a connection between the price of giving up and our ability to embrace failure?
Failure. Is there a connection?
Yeah, but that's because I think everything is connected though. Because if we think about how everything is just running a circle, you think about the snake eating its own tail, the vicious cycle, and this is just what we do. We repeat, repeat. It's rinse and repeat until you become aware of what's keeping you in that pattern. Until you're willing to try something new, you're gonna forever see the connection in all of this. Your fear gonna keep you from letting go, and when you let go, it's gonna be because of your fear.
Mm. Okay, and how can we reframe failure as a stepping stone towards growth and resilience?
It's this little quote that I say, and it's more so like when you preparing for your when you fail one time, you always prepare for the fail. So you'll equip your ship to brace for impact, but you don't never make it light enough to make it out the atmosphere. So you never prepare to succeed. So the only way you could do that is to face your failures head on and get
Mm.
through it like that.
Gotcha. Jareel,
Yes, yes.
Okay, we can hear you.
I don't know what was going on.
Me either. Now I don't know where China is. Oh,
can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, Jareel, can the concept of giving
can't hear you.
Yeah, she.
oh my god, I'm still froze on you. Can you hear
No,
me?
No, you're not
you
froze.
good?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it went out again. Hmm. I don't know. I think what she was gonna ask was the same question she asked me. Maybe. I could be lying to you.
Possibly, possibly.
Possibly. I have no idea. Yeah.
So, do you feel like giving up stems from a emotional standpoint or a mental standpoint?
I think, like I just said, I think everything connected. So I think it's really where you at in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So your emotions always gonna have an impact on how your mental play out if you're not aware of it. When your mental should really be in charge of your how you react to your emotions. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just a little ass backwards sometimes. So you gotta just learn how to navigate how you navigate. It's definitely a all around thing. I think the thing is we like to see ourselves as um separate parts or different types of things, but we not. We all the same thing. We if they say the left and the right wing, it belonged to the same bird.
Sorry,
You feel me?
guys.
Hey.
Internet issues. Internet issues.
All good, all good.
All right, so J Real, can the concept of giving up be subjective, and is it possible to redefine success and fulfillment based on our own unique values and aspirations? And I want you specifically to answer that question.
Wow, why I gotta specifically answer that question? Okay, so
Because you talk about football so much. That's why I want you to answer that question.
you said can the can you repeat the question one more time? I'm sorry.
Can the concept of giving up be subjective? And is it possible to redefine success and fulfillment based on our own unique values and aspirations?
A year ago, I would have told you no.
Mm,
Actually, you know what? 2 months ago, I probably would have told you no. The point I'm at now, I feel like yes, because I've knocked myself down so far and I have given up based on football, based on not achieving my dreams how I wanted to. So that yeah, I was subject to negativity and just regret and everything possible, failure, all of that. I felt like I failed myself, and I didn't see any other light. I didn't see any other bright spot and none of that. But now turning into I'm turning myself into a whole new mindset where I know that my football doesn't stop. Even though I thought it did, it doesn't stop because I want to coach now, and I feel like
yeah.
that right there is probably the best success I could have. So even though I thought my success stopped, I thought the success that I was gonna have went away. It really doesn't, because even though I didn't make it and stay there, doesn't mean I can't help the next kid or kids or even adults get to the point where they want to get to. And that right there is another form of success for me. Doing the same thing I love to do.
Okay. What about you, Desiree?
You're gonna have to repeat that question for me, girl.
So the question is, can the concept of giving up be subjective? And is it possible to redefine success and fulfillment based on our own unique values and aspirations?
Yes, it could definitely be subjective. Everybody gonna feel how they feel. They're gonna think what they think, and we can definitely redefine it. Once you find out what sit right with you, what make you tick, what make you go, you'll be able to redefine multiple things inside your life because you'll start understanding like this don't work for me. Let me switch this up. Let me get this tool. Let me try this. So, you know, you could do all of that. It's definitely subjective because you can't think because you went through one experience that's what everybody else went through. That's
That's
absurd.
true. I
So
definitely agree with that. Definitely.
And
Okay. Oh, you
yeah, that was
would
that
you,
was that was my problem. I didn't have another form of success. I thought until I found out that football doesn't stop.
yeah.
So why am I stopping? So that right there helped me redefine my entire mindset and my success to another level.
okay. So, Jarrell, how can the support and encouragement of others or the lack thereof influence our decision to give up or keep going?
Okay, I can answer this from an outside. I can answer this from an outside voice, not my voice. I say that because when I gave up, I had support. I just
Hmm.
gave up, like
So you didn't
completely.
you had the support, but you didn't receive it the way you didn't receive it the way you should have received it,
I
or you
pushed it.
didn't want to.
I didn't want to. I pushed it away. I didn't want to hear what people were telling me. I pushed everything away. So can that support help? Oh, 100%. Without a doubt. That support can do more things for you than a lot of things in this planet. And that support, most of the time, it comes from sometimes the smallest things. Like my kids tell me things that's a support system for me. Like
Yeah.
it comes in different forms, but I push it away. So for me, can I relate? No, because I know I pushed it away. But
Mm.
does it help? Oh yes, without a doubt.
What about you, Desiree?
Um, yeah, I didn't give up, but I definitely felt it. Like it's tough, and I think like even when, especially when it came to my the podcast, all I could keep thinking is, dang, like I supported so many people. I did so much, so much, and that's how I learned how to not. That's how I learned to not be attached to the outcome of things. I'm not
Mm.
doing this for other
For other
people.
people.
I'm doing it because it's something that I want to put out there. It's information that I want to give, and it's also a meeting of the minds so people can understand. Like it is, we are subjective to different things. We are all supporting actresses in somebody else's delusion. You feel me?
That's true.
So
That's true.
like, and that's what, like, yeah, I felt it though, because it hurt. It's kind of like the people closest to you, you've been telling them your dreams, but then it was something that I had to realize that, like, I ain't never showed them I was serious about shit. Why, what you
Mm.
gonna take me serious for? You know what I'm saying? So it was more of a, you gotta prove it to yourself. We be so worried about proving it to the outside world. Prove it to yourself. Do it because it's something that you really want to do, and that's what got me through them type of moments. I think I answered that question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Okay.
So, so is there a fine line between knowing when to persist and when to let go? How can we distinguish between
Perseverance.
yeah, thank you, and stubbornness in the face of challenges? Jarrell gonna correct everything I say tonight. I
Hundred
see you.
percent.
I got you. No bullshit. Straight chaser.
All the time.
All right. Should I repeat the question?
No, I do think there's a thin line between that shit. But that's with everything though, because
Yeah.
it's a fine line. What they say is a fine line between love and hate, because that's a hate. Love and hate can be connected by obsession. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right.
I just think we gotta see what side of that line we actually standing on. So, um, what was the second part of that question though?
The second part is how can we distinguish between perseverance,
Perseverance.
Perseverance and stubborn.
perseverance. It's the way that it's listened, and stubbornness in the face of challenges.
I think the only
Perseverance.
way you'll be able to really tell is by knowing what's aligned with you, what you trying to do. You feel me? Like, where you trying to get to? Is this
Yeah.
working for you? If it's not working for you, then and not in a sense like it's not working for me because this person irritate me. No, it's not working for me, and I mean like internally, it's not working
Internally,
for
it's
you.
not
If
working.
I'm
Yeah.
always questioning something, if I'm always like doing, that's how you know it's stubbornness. Like you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna fix this relationship," and if I tell you it takes two people to fix a relationship, and you say, "I know," but you know what I'm saying? Like that's
That's
stubbornness.
stubbornness. Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
meeting, and I understand that we can think that it's persistence, but we also have to be realistic. Like I need I need your help, bruh. Like I can't do this by
Yeah.
myself, So and that's with everything. Even when I'm thinking of my podcast, like all of y'all, I need y'all. I need your support. I need your, I need your thoughts. I need your help. Like, come on,
Right,
help
because
me,
having
help
that
me.
extra support, it does motivate you to keep going and not give up. Because I mean, honestly, like I love having support of other people, but sometimes you have to dig deep and have, just like you said,
Be self-reliant.
sometimes you have to realize it ain't for everybody else; it's for yourself. You can't give up on self if anything. So you got to dig deep and keep going. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
so.
I definitely relate that question to relationships because
Mm,
people is they say three sides to a story. It's three sides to everything in life. Your side, my side, and the truth. And with relationships, a lot of people will see a red flag. I'll see a red flag in Alice tomorrow. And in my head, my side is, you know what? I'm gonna persevere and keep going because I feel like Alice can get better. I feel like I can help Alice get better, even though I seen that red flag. I feel like I can help Alice change that red flag. But and Alice is gonna show me, yeah, I'll change it for 2 days. After that, I'm back to me. So it's like,
Mm.
and me wanting to keep going and keep going. That's that stubbornness.
Because you
But
attached to the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're attached to the outcome. Alice gotta want to change for herself, not for you.
And
All day
you
long.
can't get in a relationship thinking that you finna be able to change Alice. If you gonna get in a relationship with Alice, you need to meet Alice where the fuck Alice is at. Because
Right? Because if
you
Alice
finna
ain't trying to
disappoint yourself.
change for you, she gotta want to change for herself because it's not gonna work ever.
Oh yeah, but that's the biggest problem in relationships. People are so stuck on I'm there. I'm a different kind of girlfriend. I'm a different kind of boyfriend. I can do this. I can do that for you. I can change this. I can change that.
I can help him.
So for what? In reality, I'm gonna show you who I am and what I am. That's just what it is. Either you're gonna believe it or you're not. If you don't believe it, that's you being stubborn. I'm not saying I'm right for what I'm doing,
Stuck on the outcome.
but you also stubborn, sticking around, and you seeing these red flags.
And that's because a lot of women do that. I'm gonna say a lot of women because I see a lot of. I know men do it too, but a lot of women are stuck on the outcome of, That's my man, and I'm gonna stick by him. I'm gonna stick beside
Oh,
him.
100% it's women. I had a similar conversation earlier about cheating. More women are prone to stay with their man after he cheats than the man to stay with a woman, because mentally, I'm not saying women don't have mental bad thoughts too, but mentally in a man's mind, you can't imagine your girl being bent over. You just can't, and be able to see her in her face, look her in her face every day. It's gonna get to you mentally because you know how she moan, you know how she talk, you know what she said, you know how nasty she is.
Mm.
So mentally, as a guy, it's like, nah, I'm giving up. But
So, and
a,
that's what
a
irritates me
woman
with
would
men.
persevere. A woman would persevere and be stubborn and think, oh well, he'll stop cheating on me. No, he'll change for me. A man like, nope, I'm good. No bueno. Can't do nothing for you. You did what you did. And then I've heard so many stories. It's crazy. I heard a woman say, "We ain't do number one position," and as a guy, it's like, hold on, that nigga was that good. He did one position. We do six. So it's like you not ever gonna mentally get through that. So a guy can't persevere in a lot of ways. And no, it's all facts though. Most men cannot persevere and be that stubborn because it's like,
Because,
nah,
in
I'm
all
good.
honesty, you guys are not emotionally stronger than women. We are more stronger emotionally than you guys, than males.
I wouldn't say emotionally. I would say it's more of a mental thing because you have to think fully about what this man did and still be able to look him in his face and stay with him.
We're emotionally stronger. Men cannot do the same things that women can do emotionally because, just like you said, y'all are weaker in that department. Physically stronger than women, weaker emotionally.
I
That
don't think it's
that
like
that
anything that y'all both saying. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this. Back in the day, if a female cheated on her man, that man understood like, honey, listen, you only get married one time. And that's how women thought. Like, you feel me? Like, so I feel like that's how it play out. Men already knew they worth. Women don't be knowing what they worth sometimes. Back then they did. These niggas don't know what they worth now either. So so like, and they probably didn't know back then, but on the outside, they had that confidence like they did. But that's probably why they was beating on them women back then and thinking they was their property and all that type of stuff too. So, but we just gotta think about how the times have changed and these men be
The
accepting a
times
lot of.
are still the same. It's just out with it
No,
more. They
they
more
not.
out with
These
it.
niggas be out here accepting these females that be sleeping with multiple guys. They be
They did
strictly
it back
okay with
then.
it.
They did
Huh?
it back then. They did it back
No,
then.
they
It was
wouldn't
just,
wife them. They wouldn't do nothing with them. If you was what people consider to be ran through, men, and that's where the mentality come from. If you ran through, you not wife material. We've heard that. How long have we heard that?
but I feel like it's still the same. I feel like Negroes, I feel like men, excuse my French, not Negroes, men, um,
Negro.
still was, I feel like, I feel like men will still look at women in disgust when they do that. They gonna want them, but they not gonna wife them. That I mean, they gonna get the experience, but they not finna really wife them unless
That's
they
what I just
already
said.
unless oh, I thought you were saying they wifing them up, like they
But they
wifing them.
is doing that too.
You get some to do
They
still.
doing that.
But that's what
It's
I'm saying. Back then, you had some that still did the same thing.
nah, but I'm saying it's more popular these days than it was back then. Let's be for real. You feel me? Like everybody friends with benefits. Everybody like, come on, like let's be realistic. Everybody having sex with everybody, and you probably don't know it, but if one,
Hmm.
you remember when we was in school, they used to tell us about the little sex circle.
Yeah.
You slept with Johnny, Johnny slept with Kim, and Teresa and all these other motherfuckers. And so,
And we
and then
thought
they
it was
say,
like, oh, I'm not one of the, oh, you know.
but then you're added to Johnny's sex circle. And once you're added to Johnny's sex circle, all the people that you've had sex with is added to Johnny's sex circle.
Mm-mm. Well, let's just stay out of Johnny's sex circle, y'all.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's a lot of women who are liberated, sexually, and they out there trying to explore themselves, and they don't care that Damon, Tommy, and Justin wanna let them pop that coochie and pay them some money for it.
Yeah, it's one thing I can say. It is a lot more sad now. Like it's bad, and the one thing I keep hearing a lot, and people are making it like it's a natural thing. Oh, I just had a whole phase. What? No, no,
People
no,
get
no, no. Like that's not just like something you just it's just normal. Like don't normalize something thinking it's just what it is and somebody gonna bypass it. Most men not. Most men gonna look at it like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
people
We can
gave
we
up
can
on
we can
relationships. That's
we
how
can
I feel. They
we
I
can
gave
can
mess
up.
say
around, but
it's still some of us left out there. I'm
oh
still
no
a
no,
true
I'm not saying it's
Girl,
believer.
not.
half these people who think they want a relationship don't even be in it for the reasons they think they want a relationship. They want somebody they can split the bills with. They want somebody who gonna tend to them. They want to be princesses. They want to be all these types of things. Like it's a lot of different things that's going on
Yeah.
these days. Like a lot of things are transactional. So it's rare that you
That's
find a
true.
person who is genuinely interested in you and trying to be with you and make it work because they've made it so normal to get with a person and leave a person. We've been preparing to do that our whole entire life. So yeah, I get with you and I see something that you don't like. I don't like.
They
I
not
don't
willing
got a
to work.
deal.
It's no more working through the hardships anymore. That's the problem. It's like, okay, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. They forgot what the real reason that you got married for in the first daggone place. The first place was the fact that we loved each other, we cherished each other, we have this connection, we have this bond, we grew with each other. But like I said, there was something that I seen on TikTok, and it was like one of the reasons why do men cheat, right? It ain't because that man is wanting that woman in the same way that he wants his wife. It's because he had the juice and the wife is the water. Juice is temptation and the wife is the nurturer. Juice is unhealthy for you, but the wife is the one that's pouring into you. He wanted that temptation. That temptation got him for a little minute. So I don't know. It kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, a little bit, just because my husband wanted the juice. That's okay, cause he wanted the juice, so he get to taste the
Who
juice.
said that's okay? Boy, girl, fuck that
That's
nigga. Fuck you talking
that's
about
just
like
the TikTok. This
I'm
is the way that
good.
the world thinks, though. I'm agreeing with you right now. This is the way that the world thinks is that's what it is. I'm supposed to be able to accept what somebody put out because he wanted to taste temptation.
I just think that we should be more aware in the talking phase so that we don't end up at a point where we sitting here regretting the people that we done decided to get acquainted with. Like
Yes.
I just say pay attention to what a person is saying to you, what a person is showing you. Listen to what they saying. That's what we talking for. People just so quick to get a body away because you want to feel good, or you want to feel like somebody like you, accept you. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a million and one reasons why people just do what they want to do. You're liberated. I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
But however, in the sense, it's just kind of like, you know, take care of you, because you want somebody else to take care of you. Y'all, all these people be talking about they be wanting to be kept, but y'all know how to keep yourselves.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
You
child, you
gotta have
preach
some.
tonight, girl.
As much as you want these niggas to have dick discipline, baby, you gotta have some coochie
Coochie
discipline. You
discipline
feel
all
me? Like,
day.
you gotta get
Cause
with the
there's not a lot
program.
of us left out there that got that coochie discipline for
I
real.
agree with that,
A
but
lot
so
of a, a lot of relationships are a lot of giving up, and even marriages. A lot of marriages are a lot of giving up, and it's because, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but people get married and they honestly they don't settle the little things before they even get married. Me
Mm,
personally, I will never get married to anybody that if we can't settle the little things way in the beginning, I can't do nothing for you in the end. You can't do nothing for me in the end. That's how
that's
marriage is
true.
separated in a lot of ways. Like I always told myself that I don't care what I'm doing wrong or what you feel I'm doing wrong or whatnot. Tell me. Even if it's, hey babe, I don't like the fact that you allow the kids to open all the cereal boxes. That's a pet peeve for me. If I keep allowing it, keep allowing it, keep allowing it, at some point you're gonna get annoyed during that marriage, and every little thing that annoyed you is gonna keep being more of an annoyance, more of an annoyance.
No, I'm just
A
gonna
lot of
hide the cereal boxes,
a
baby.
lot of people, no, a lot of people settle and don't realize they're settling. A lot of people deal with stuff and don't realize they're dealing with it. And the first thing
This
they
is
say
true.
is, "Oh, that's just Jarrell. I'm used to it. That's just how he is." No, I don't ever want a woman to ever have to say that's just how he is. Nah, if you don't like it, tell me, so I can we can meet in the middle. That's
That
like
just
if
means that that woman has adapt to your ways. That's all
no,
that that that.
you should never adapt to my ways. It should always be we can meet in the middle. It should always be the
Right. It
communication
should
line.
be like that, but it's not always like that.
It's
Trust
not always
me.
like that
right.
because
And I ain't settling for nothing else. If it
it's not
ain't
always
coming
like
like
that
that, I don't want it.
because people are very stubborn and very stuck in their
Y'all,
ways.
listen, y'all talk a good game, but marriage really and truly is a give and a take. And
It's
you have to learn how to compromise, and you have to learn how to know when to argue.
I don't
No,
agree.
you have to,
uh,
some things ain't always worth the argument.
I don't agree.
there is no reason. Honestly, truthfully speaking, there is honestly no reason why it should ever be argument. If I cannot talk to you civilly and let you know
No,
what I
you
did or
could
don't do not
argue.
like,
You can. There's ways you can. There's different ways you can argue. We can
there are
have a
ways you can
disagreement,
there are ways you can have a
a
disagreement
Just
civil
or
have
a
a
debate.
disagreement.
conversation.
There is ways you can debate, but to
Right,
argue, if I
right.
got to argue, that means at some point voices are getting raised, curse words are being said, derogatory terms are being thrown out there. There's no need for that. Frustrations are being let out. Past thoughts are being brought up. That's an argument. There's no reason why we should argue. If we got to argue constantly over and over and over and over and over again, then
Then we need to cut
that
it out.
means no, that means that something in the beginning never got settled, never got
Not
fixed, never got
necessarily
talked about.
true.
A
Not
lot of
necessarily true.
a
It
lot
could
of
be something that happened along the way that didn't present itself in the beginning.
but see, even along the way, a lot of people don't settle the problem right then and there. A lot of people don't talk about the problem right then and there. They'll talk about it a little bit or argue a little bit, and after that, just let it go. It's gonna
That's
come back
true.
up. Everything
That's
is a
true.
circle in life. Anything you don't fix in the moment, it'll come right back up on your ass. And you're like, damn, like, why is this still taking being this? Why? That's why people always ask why. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why are you saying this? Why are you acting like that? It never got fixed the first time. So it's gonna
True.
keep coming up in different forms. And that people settle entirely too much and don't even see it in relationships. They settle for this because it's like, you know what? We already been through it. It is what it is. I know what he or she gonna say, he or she gonna do. It should never be that. And a lot of
True.
relationships don't last and people give up because of that. They just,
Mm,
I dealt with it for so long, I just got tired of it. Don't
gotcha.
don't deal with me. Don't deal with me.
Oh,
You should never have to deal with me ever.
that's basically what we're doing. We dealing with it. That's dealing. You're right.
It's like you should never have to deal with me. At the end of the day, if we not one, as they say, then that means we two. We two different people in the same household with two different thought processes, two different answers, all that. If we can't come together and be one and have the same answer, if you got a problem and you can't come to me about your problem and we figure out an answer together and it be one, then that means we got two different problems that we got to figure out. Two different solutions we got to have. And if another problem stems from those solutions that we already had, we didn't have them problems together. We didn't have the solutions together. So now I got to fix it on my own. You got to fix it on your own.
Mm,
That creates more problems. Well, damn, babe, I need help with this. Well, you know I got this. We
got you.
we never
That's
one
that
time.
unequally yoked shit that
Oh,
everybody be talking about.
And
Cause
and, and I
you
and I
can't get.
say I say you cannot stay in something unequally yoked. It's not gonna work.
all day
But
long.
I think it's a mental thing though. It's really starts in the mind. Where your mind is. And that's why I really be seeing people. That's why I think it's the best. That's the best thing to do is talk to people. Because if I can understand how you process things, then I'ma see you in the future. I'ma already know this nigga done told me about three of his girlfriends and how he done got caught up and he done had to go to jail because he done put his hands on. I'm not finna date that nigga. You already know that's a red flag. Why? Because you can understand that he done put his hands on somebody. But when it's something more subliminal, like when it's a person expressing a control issues, their insecurities, their trauma, we tend to connect because we can understand. But I
Mm-hmm.
can't
Right.
understand you putting your hands on somebody. So I understand that you're not for me, but right then and there. That's why we be missing the red flags because we be connecting with people trauma, thinking, oh, but if we don't understand how our trauma affect us, then we're not gonna understand how their trauma affect them. And so you signing up for something, you finna make a climb and not even knowing you don't even got all the tools.
Well, we see the red flags. We ignore the red flags. We accept the red flags because we want when we want when we want it.
What you
All
saying?
day long.
All right.
Sugar and flour look the same. Telling
Exactly.
you.
Well, sugar and salt look the same. Flour a little
Oh, my fault.
different.
Salt. You right. Sugar and salt look the same. Sugar and salt look the same.
Until
It
you taste
sure
it.
do. It has a different distinguishing taste though. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
All right. So, how do our fears and insecurities play a role in the decision to give up? And what strategies can we employ to overcome these barriers?
Hmm.
How do I feel? They play a big role in giving up because you don't know what's next. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what decision you're going to make. You don't. A lot of people want answers for the now, and they don't have answers. But they want answers for the future, and they don't have an answer. I've had several friends decide to take their own life because of mental abuse and just they wasn't mentally strong enough to be able to hear the things they were hearing, to be picked on or whatnot, and it affected them. So they gave up because they didn't have an answer on how not to be picked on, how not to let it affect them. So they end up in turn of giving up. A lot of
Mm,
people don't. A lot of people want answers right now, but sometimes it takes that work.
you're right. What about you, Desiree?
I just always I'm gonna ask you this. If my fear was not being enough, how you think that affected me giving up?
In a lot of ways, you probably knocked yourself, you downed
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
So
you put yourself
it
in bad spots. Like you probably allow stuff to happen to you and to be said to you that you wouldn't allow to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
so I agree with Jay. Like it's a thing of just finding yourself, just walking with yourself, getting in tune with yourself, like just understanding like, okay, if this me and that's everybody else, how I'm feeling about me. Oh, okay, they think you this way. Okay, how you feel about that? Is you okay with that? And then if you're not okay with it, what we finna do to change it? I
Oh,
learned
facts.
that. But yeah.
It's definitely tough to be by yourself, even with a supporting cast. Because sometimes you can push that supporting cast away. Like I push that supporting cast away. So
Right.
it's tough to sit with yourself. It's tough to really sit and fix the things for yourself, within yourself, by yourself. It's not easy all the time.
I agree.
I agree. So, guys, we're almost at the last little few minutes. Is there any words that you guys want to leave our audience today? Any specific quotes? Any words of wisdom?
Yeah, just when you tell yourself you can't, you never will. And everything before but is always bullshit.
I would say just understand that when letting go is necessary, but I don't think you should ever give up on things that matter to you, things that push you, things that help you become a better person. So if it's about bettering yourself, always go towards that. Don't doubt yourself because of something that another person has told you. So that'll be my little like takeaway from this whole thing. Just keep you in mind.
Yeah, and
Get
then
Okay.
more of yourself.
and every and all instances
Yeah.
is
You being funny. Why we being funny
You
again, J Rail?
disrespectful, my guy.
Why
You
is we being
disrespectful.
funny?
Fuck. Hey, so, in all
uh,
instances.
Well, I'm gonna leave you guys with a little quote tonight, and it's by Alex L. And it says, "Sometimes we have to stop being scared and just go for it. Either it'll work or it won't. That is called life." So I am your host tonight, China Brown. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a little bit of piece of love from Desilu and J Real. And please come and see us again. Have a good night.
your last name Brown.
It is.